I told one of my followers that I was going to go live, and since I'm really tired and I have to get my face all clean shaven for work the day after tomorrow, I might as well do it now. So, y'all get to see me shave my fucking face. I might need to put on my glasses because I'm blind. Excuse my language, by the way. I'm just extremely tired, and I cuss when I'm tired. I can see. Holy crap. Alright. Fucking shaving my face. I'm gonna start off with this dying ass razor. That's gonna die like midway. I wonder if I should like keep a mustache. Like a really weird, like creepy porno mustache or that would be funny. Nah, one of my followers commented on one of my videos and I wanted to go live. So since, naturally, since I'm a weirdo, I'm going to shave on this live. Right? Wouldn't be Odd Thomas if I didn't do odd shit. It's actually working. I thought it was gonna die on me like halfway. Oh yeah, that is a weird ass mustache. I do not wear a mustache well. I look like the damn BTK killer. Yo, what's up? I'm just one of my followers commented on my video, and I said I would go live. So since I was already gonna shave my fucking face, I decided to. Yeah. And I might actually just leave the mustache because it's low-key weird and creepy, but also kind of swag at the same time. So I might just keep it. I don't know. I'm using this first, and then I'm gonna actually shave my face, like get all the neck beard off. Oh shit! What am I doing? LeBron James or Michael Jordan? I don't know. I might just shave the top of my head and go for the conquest. And, from like Invincible, I'll go for the conquest. Just go completely bald and dye it like white. And fucking buy a Viltrumite suit online or something. Actually, I would look more like General Krieg. I got more of a General Craig face. Dude, I can't wait to see what frickin' Thrag is gonna look like on Invincible because he's like Freddie Mercury. Like he's totally gonna look just like Freddie Mercury because he looks that way in the comics. So I can only imagine whoever they're gonna pick is going to be a very like fit gay dude that looks like extremely similar to Freddie Mercury from Queen. How many does Michael have? Dude, I don't know how many. I don't actually follow like basketball like that, nor do I actually follow fucking football. The only time I ever do sport events is where I get free food from family members that are like coming together for like the Super Bowl or whatever. All right. That's the first part of shaving. I'm going to keep the mustache because Why the fuck not? You know, where I work, there's a bunch of annoying like people. They're not annoying; they're good people. It's just you know, everybody's different. So I like to purposely do things to like be weird, I guess, because everybody like treats me like I'm weird. So I honestly just purposely do different odd things with like my facial hair, all like, you know, shit like that, just to keep people on their toes. Because I literally think like half the people that not only that I work with, but like in life in general are like NPCs. And like if you do something different, it literally freaks them out. And it's kind of amusing for me. I'm a little autistic. You'll have to forgive me. It amuses me to, you know, do different shit just to see how people react. Hey, how are you? I hope you're well. I am very bad at remembering names. I might actually know you, but hope you're well. I'm just fucking shaving my face, going all fucking mustachy today. I told one of my followers, Bumbaclock Goggins is his name or whatever. I don't know if he's going to be on or not, but I told him that I would go live and talk to him, see how shit's going, and, you know, communicate with my peeps. The best way to do that is to find some free time, but I never have free time. So the reason I'm shaving on camera right now is because literally, this is about the only free time I have is at night, and I need to shave because I work at a restaurant. So, yeah. It's weird. The restaurant that I work at, I'm not going to say the name because I'm not going to insult their brand by, you know, doing so. They like the hair length for your face is supposed to be like, they say 1/4 inch, but before that, the eye train that they had said 1/2 inch, and the state FDA standard is 1 inch, or at least it was about 4 years ago. So I honestly just think, realistically, if you work in a restaurant, you should either cover your facial hair or keep it trimmed. So 1/4 inch actually sounds pretty realistic and acceptable to me. Because I myself don't like it when there's hair in my fucking food, you know? I don't think anybody does. So if you're going to work in a restaurant, either wear a beard net or quit crying about having to shave your face, you know? There's so many jobs you can do with a beard, you know? If you really want your beard so bad, there are plenty of jobs out there that'll accept your beard. The food industry is not one of them. At least a good one that actually follows proper food safety. So I'm shaving my face and looking like a BTK killer today. It's gonna be cool. Or fucking Jeffrey Dahmer or something like that. By the way, you know, I cuss. I'm a human being. I'm an adult. But I know that some people that I know personally that might even work with me will probably see this and like judge me. But I talk a lot of crap. Kind of philosophical, but most of the time I'm just being a weird random dude that has a YouTube page, and I like talking to people realistically and not fakely. So I'm gonna fucking cuss. So if you don't like cuss words, please, you know, respectfully divert from my page. And, you know, with all the love, kids should not be joining my live. You know, I cuss a lot. I talk a lot about drug rehab and recovery, so there really shouldn't be anybody fucking on here that shouldn't be in the first place. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna cuss. I'm gonna cuss when I want to. A lot of people saying weird shit that like YouTube won't even let be said. You know it's bad when I don't have to censor you. YouTube does it for me. You know what I mean? Probably racist. Probably weird shit. You know, I do have a weird mustache right now, so I accept that there's probably going to be some comments from some people that say weird shit. Most people that have mustaches are either firefighters, police officers, military people, or they're serial killers or fucking weirdos. And it's really hard to tell because there's a lot of serial killers and weirdos in all of those professions. So, case in point, the BTK killer. Remember him? He was literally like a family man. Everybody loved him. He was like the coolest guy. Everybody thought he was like a normal Joe, and he was literally the guy that was going around binding, torturing, killing people. He was like back in the 80s or 70s. Pretty bad guy. And he had a mustache just like this. Fucking glasses. He looked like a dork. He didn't look like he would kill anybody until you found out that, yeah, he could, and he did. I think Jeffrey Dahmer had a mustache too. I think mustaches were like really popular in the 80s and 70s. I think they're coming back. I'm not sure. I'm not saying the serial killers, I'm saying the mustache. I think that's like a thing that's coming back, and I'm not sure how okay that is. Like a lot of people are watching, like, what do they call that? Invincible, and all the Viltrumites, like the fucking superheroes from the show, they have mustaches. Like it's like a mark of honor for them. And anybody who ever read the comics, you know, of the Invincible series or the comics, you know, they know that their leader, Thrag, looks just like fucking Freddie Mercury. Like, I shit you not. I can't wait for season 4 of Invincible to come out because it, you know, I'm pretty sure they're going to have Thrag come out. Pretty sure that Conquest is going to come back to life and, you know, attack Mark and then in space. It's gonna be a lot of cool shit that happens in season 4. So shout out to whoever they are that own it. I really like the show. Dude, if Bumbleclaw Goggins doesn't come on, then I might jump off of here. I don't really have much to talk about. Oh, that is a creepy mustache. I love it. Perfect. Perfect. Alrighty. Goodbye, fucking... Where did you go? Where did the... Oh, I always like to resheath these freaking razors because I'm always the one that find these whenever I'm throwing shit away and I'm trying to like wrap the trash up or whatever, and these things are always like unsheathed, and I always cut myself on the fucking razors. It's annoying. Dude, people that leave their razors unsheathed just laying around are assholes. They're just like waiting for somebody to get cut wide open. Hey, what's up? I missed you too, maybe. I'm forgetful. I don't really remember things until I have conversations and remember like who you are. I'm very bad with names. I have the worst memory. There's a few people like I, you know, talk to a lot from like the past, so you'll need to remind me who you are. Dude, but I have been working, I guess, a lot. Like not just at work, but I've been chopping wood like for mental health reasons because I'm, you know, sober. And sober life means you got to find a hobby or you're going to be, you know, having a hard time with that sobriety. So, you know, to everybody that I haven't been talking to on YouTube, I apologize for that. I'm trying to focus on actually making my content make actual sense because I'm very random with this channel. But I think part of it being the Odd Thomas experiment. What is? I was shaving my face at the beginning of this. I decided to keep the creepy mustache because why the fuck not, right? Like, if you can rock a mustache, if you got the face to rock a mustache, rock the mustache while you can. It's going to go out of style. Don't smoke cigarettes. They'll give you cancer, by the way. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Oh, shit. I missed, like, part of my face. Like, the bottom part of my lip. I, like, didn't shave that part. Just like fucking forgot about it. Excuse me. Let me re-fuck up my face with some razor blades. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the last razor. Ah. Ow. Oh, that's gonna be a creepy ass mustache. Dude, I'm glad I have my glasses on because if I didn't, I would have literally not seen half of this hair that I left on my face. The only part about shaving I can't stand is that part in between, like right after you shave and you start to get like prickly hair back and you want to shave it, but what if you do, your skin's like too tender to do it and you like get razor burn? Or maybe I'm just stupid and shave my face like a Riri. Oh my God, I'm actually doing it without cutting myself. Look at me, Sweeney Todd up in this bitch. Yeah, you hear that? ASMR shaving weirdo. Sorry, y'all. I had a person that said that they haven't talked to me in a while, and some of my older followers, I really do like try to talk to them because I'm impressed that they're still even with me because I don't really make that good of content. I'm not really the best content creator. I do appreciate my followers, but I also wonder why they follow me in the first place because I don't really put too much effort into it. Maybe it's the honesty of the fact that I'm not some twink on here just like lying to people about my life and shit. I just tell people how it is, and if you like me, cool. If not, that's why there's variety on the internet. But to everybody that does follow me, I appreciate it. I appreciate talking to everybody. And I've gotten wonderful advice from the people that have followed me. They've like told me to keep going whenever I've had manic episodes where I felt depressed and all that other stuff. So, there's a lot of awesome people out there. You build your community. There's some cool people, and I've met some cool people on here. See, the thing is that most of my followers are actually from the US, but I do have a couple like in the UK, and it's hard to say like what time of day that they're like available, if they're like night people or day people. And I'm in Ohio in the United States, so for all I fucking know, the people in Canada and the UK, in different areas could like be in totally different time zones. I never think about that. Like the internet isn't just in one country, you know. Jesus Christ. I wish I wasn't so blind, and I wish my camera quality wasn't so shitty. All right, creepy mustache. Isn't that cool? Hopefully I didn't miss Bumbleclot Goggins because he seemed like he wanted to talk. He's one of the people that was on here, since I started. I started off with like barely like 20 and 40 like subscribers. Now I got like 2,800 something subscribers, and I need to put out more content, but I have terrible attention deficit problems, and in between working and being lazy, I lose sight of making videos and content. But I try to make it inspirational, because life sucks, but it doesn't have to, as long as you know how to like react to life. And I like to post positive content, at least to the best of my ability. But I'm also, a weirdo with a beardo. Okay. What? Dude, that is a creepy ass mustache. I love it. Keeping it. I need to try to shape in the middle of it though. Like right there, get that little piece of hair gone. And it'll be a full-on fledged fucking mustache, bro. One second. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. I'm old and fat. Look at me. How can I be fat and skinny at the same time? Like, look at that. I look pregnant. I look like a fucking pear. I don't know how that's possible. How I could be skinny and fat at the same fucking time and also have a weird ass mustache. You know what I'm saying? You've got the trifecta going on. One second, y'all, because once I go downstairs, I'm going to have to find a source of light. It'll probably be in the dining room, and then I'll sit around and talk for about an hour on the live. If my people don't come on, then I'll call it at the hour. If my people do come on, then I'll stay on as long as they want to chat, because it's been a while since I've gone live. So, you know. I think I remember Jack Black, maybe. I've seen you a few times, maybe. It's been a minute since I've gone live. Some names I don't quite remember. How's work? It's good. It's actually pretty good. I'm working basically in a restaurant as a shift supervisor currently, but I'm working on becoming a ServSafe proctor so that I can be more free range with my work so I can travel. Later, it's probably going to be within like a year's time, maybe 3 years' time. I don't know, because I have to also build up my own private, proctor business where I have to give out pamphlets, teach people how to do their ServSafe and so on and so forth and all that crap, do classes and all that. So it's going to take a minute. So while I do that, I'm going to be working at a restaurant as a shift supervisor, and it's going well. And in my free time, I'm chopping wood. I'm getting a lot healthier than I used to be. I'm still kind of chunky, skinny, but I'm doing a little better. I'm, feeling good now that I don't need drugs and alcohol to fucking make my day, Still smoke weed, but I have a medical card, so all the dicks can be eaten to the people that, disagree. Well, how are you doing, Jack? How are you doing? I haven't really talked to people too much. By the way, the reason I'm in the bathroom is because I was shaving and I've got this fucking weird mustache going on. I decided to chill with the mustache because I was going to do the freaking like Kratos goatee, like from the old God of War games. And then I was like, nah, I don't got the face for that. I'm going to do the mustache. Fucking mustache. But how are you doing? ADD, I told you. Mountain Dew, bro. Eventually it's going to get dark because I'm going to have to carry you guys downstairs into the dining room where we're going to be hanging out. So. Oh, scheisse. Sorry, I have a really old house. Like the door's freaking still got its ancient doorknob on it. Everything's was made in 1904. So my house is fucking creepy. I'm in Ohio. Most of the houses in Ohio are either, old as shit or just shit. Luckily, I found one that's just old as shit. It's still pretty nice. All right, let's carry our asses downstairs. It's going to get dark. Ooh, booga booga. Old man noises. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Stella. What's up? Puppy. Hi, kitty. Pardon me. Holy crap. All right. We're in the dining room, and I'm going to have to find something to prop you guys onto. Because, holy shit. It's actually bright in here. I'm not going to wear my shirt because it's my work shirt, and I'm not going to expose the brand. Hi, wife. You just scared the living shit out of me. How are you? You are a ninja. What's up? Say hi since you're here. That's Courtney. She says hi. She's a ninja. She just scared the piss out of me. Oh, I got the creepy mustache going on. I decided to be the, Jeffrey Dahmer. Good. You like it? I took them on upstairs for the live because Bumba Doggins wanted to talk, and I'm not sure if he's going to come on in a minute, so I just went live. It looks creepy, doesn't it? I'm sure Shit going to keep it. Your opinion is duly noted. She doesn't approve.
It looks lovely.
It looks lovely.
Hi, Betty.
Hi. So this mister keeps going outside and making little baddie babies, and he's all ragamuffined up because he keeps getting rained on, and Lola's trying to eat his booty, apparently. Stella's over there. He's getting fixed in 2 weeks because, you know, nobody likes piss. Nobody likes cat piss all over their house, so with all the love, his balls are coming off. And he's already made babies out in the neighborhood, so that's fine. So there's Batman. He's still batting around. Jesus Christ. Usually the people that come on to the lives usually came on around like 12 to like...
Are you hanging out in here? Did you want me to send the kids to bed?
I can hang out in here. There's no reason to send the kids to bed. I got them propped up on
You
here.
won't really bother me if you come in the room either.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I love you. Hey, Kurt Cobain, Jesus Christ, it has been a while. How are you?
Welcome, friend. The puppies are eating on the floor apparently because they tipped their bowl over. They're over there. There's Lola. There's Mavis, and there's Stella over there. And we got our 4 cats actually over here. They're all out here chilling. Maggie, and if anybody knows, has actually passed away. She passed away recently, and it was really sad. So she's no longer with us. Yeah, the dogs are still alive. Lola, she's like 16, so yeah, it's amazing that she's still alive. But Maggie, she was the Australian Shepherd, German Shepherd mix, and she had some tumors, and she is no longer with us. So, you know, God rest her soul. It kind of hit hard because she was a very good dog. And Stella and Mavis are her puppies because she decided to get jiggy with it with a pit bull. So Mavis and Stella are the beautiful babies of a pit bull German Shepherd mixture, just like Lola.
Hi, Stella. Here's Stella. You are so fat. Oh, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. This is Stella. She's cute. And this is Toki. He decided to yell at me, so now he's coming to say hi. He's a Russian blue mixed with a tabby. He's beautiful. They love him so very much. He's such a cute. He is an asshole, though. He will claw you like to death. Like, if he lays on you, he just waits for you to get comfortable, and then he starts to, like, dig his claws into your soul. Hi.
Yeah. See? He's sweet enough so that he gets the lovin's, but, you know. Yeah. I haven't been live because I'm got terrible attention deficit problems, for one, and 2, I've been working on my mental health by doing a lot of wood cutting and splitting and stuff. I got a new chainsaw for Father's Day, so that was fun. So I got to chop up more logs and stuff, and it's cool. And keep myself as fit as a fat 33-year-old man can. So that's good. I'm only shirtless not just because I'm weird, but because I was shaving and I had my work shirt on, and I don't want to, you know, expose the brand as to where I work because, God forbid, you know, anything I say on here would conflict with their brand standard. So, what's up, Yoda? I know I'm like skinny, but I'm fat. Skinny, but fat. Like, it doesn't make sense to me either. But I have gained a lot more muscle from like swinging the axe and stuff like that. I'm still skinny. I'm not a big dude. I've always been a littler dude, but I'm now 176 pounds. And that's a good thing for me because I used to be like 130 with soaking wet with a rock in my pocket. So I think I'm doing good. And I'm doing the creepy mustache, Yoda. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I got the frickin' Jeffrey Dahmer mustache going on. I'm loving it. I decided because Bumbleclock Goggins like commented on one of my videos and I said I would go live. And whenever I try to keep my promises. So I'm on live and I'm going to chat with you guys as long as you'll put up with me, see what you guys are up to, tell you what I'm up to as much as I can. And, I want to try to go live more often. I'm just a shithead. And it's just all the truth to it is this. I'm very forgetful. I have the worst attention span like anybody you'll ever meet. How can I be fat and skinny at the same time? Like, look at that. It's goddamn disgusting. I got Ric Flair titties going on and I'm not even in my 50s yet. Woo! Jiggle jiggle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Give me 1 second, Kurt. I will give you... Alrighty. As of this day, Kurt Cobain, you have been exalted to the level of mod. May you reflect the modhood through your behavior and the standard of which we expect on the Odd Thomas experiment. Congratulations, my friend. Yeah, it's still holding on for dear life. Jesus Christ, man. I'm starting to look like frickin', what's his name? George Carlin. That's it. What I'm going to do, oh shit, there's a back part of the shirt. I'm going to put on this shirt upside down so that you can't see the brand, but also so I don't look like some weirdo just sitting on a live with his shirt off. Sound good? Sounds good. Sorry, y'all. The company I work for, I wouldn't sully their name by showing who they are by, wearing their merchandise on my live because I cuss and I don't, I'm a human being that has, a life to live and, I wouldn't sully their standard by showing their stuff. Just get the samurai cut right all the way back so I get that freaking weird, like, ball cut. Dude, those old fucking movies, like those kung fu movies where they would have like long ass fucking like braids like all the way down to their feet. And they would just have this weird like patch of hair in the back and the rest was just bald up here at the top. I always thought that was the weirdest hairstyle I've ever seen. And I've seen some weird ass hairstyles, trust me. There we go. I can pretend like I'm not balding as long as I, put my hair down and, cover up the fact that I have the most insane forehead. It's so good for balding men with long hair. Dude, it's whenever you're going bald, if you have long hair and you're able to manage to do like a weird like pull over, come over thing like this, it works. But I'm doing the widow's peak balding. I'm not getting the yarmulke like, most of my Hebrew brethren do, jokingly. Haha. But I'm not going bald up here. I'm going bald like this way. So I can, for the time being, cover it up until I reach, George Carlin age and then, start to. They say grass doesn't grow on a busy field. They say that. By the way, this is strawberry strawberry cough. It's my favorite flavor. Got it from Michigan. Jesus Christ. Yeah, THC. I have epilepsy, so when my nervous system feels like extremely stressed out, the way cannabis acts upon my nervous system, it actually kind of calms it down, so I'm not shocking myself to death with, all my grandma seizures. It's great not to have seizures. It feels good. Feels good to have a full night's sleep without fucking spazzing awake and biting my tongue. You know what I mean? So I do, yeah. But I don't know why I make the excuse, because it's legal recreationally in Ohio. So even if I was just a random pothead getting fucked up on bong rips all day, it's perfectly legal, Gary Payton is my favorite. Oh, she's good. She showed up earlier on the live. She just walked in and she saw that I got myself a mustache because I shaved my face. And she's not a fan of mustaches, so she definitely thinks it's weird, but she's for it, I guess. She's like, whatever makes me happy. She's so sweet. She's the best. She lets me be my odd, childish self, I guess. You only live once, and there's no point in worrying about what other people think. It's good to just freestyle your life, like enjoy yourself. And my wife is one of the best people to help facilitate that kind of lifestyle and behavior patterns, because so many judgmental people out here, but she's one of the rare few that actually lets people be who they are without cruel and unnecessary judgment. Yeah, I have a prescription for the THC because of the epilepsy, but you can get a prescription for it still in the state, even though it's recreational. It helps you get better deals, stuff. Oh, your husband's got a prescription for THC too. It's not legal in Kentucky for recreational use. Do I grow weed? No, honestly, and it's weird that I don't, because I think the plants are beautiful, and I think the entire process is interesting, because if you get high on weed at all, then you know that looking at a weed plant is pretty fucking cool. Watching it grow up from a seedling all the way up into a big, beautiful budding bush. It's definitely an experience, but I've yet to grow a single plant up here in Ohio, even though I can. I just haven't. Well, that's also part of why I don't want to grow it in the backyard, is because his old ass would just eat the whole fucking plant, and I'm not sure how weed reacts to tortoises, and I wouldn't want to find out, because he's a pretty big creature, and we love him very much, and it would be a shame to find out that weed would react negatively to his system. But my wife's more of the expert on reptiles, but he's out there chilling right now. I'll walk you guys out to see him. Pretty sure that Uguay would have a problem eating weed.
Eating weed?
Yeah. We were talking about growing weed plants. Oh, Courtney's here. Sorry, our wallpaper, we're tearing it down.
We're in the process of changing it.
We're changing it out. So there's a lot of ripped wallpaper and holes in the wall and spots and stuff. We just gotta replaster and stuff. Old houses come with, bullshit. We also have children that love to, play violent games with our walls. Not holes, but where you rip the wallpaper off and it leaves little gaps or craters. You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
They said hi.
He has a prescription for his stress. It's 20% THC, I think. Oh, okay. I don't know what these are. What is this? This is strawberry cough.
Apparently 80 something.
Like 80 something percent THC. It's pretty strong. I don't usually just sit here and like keep puffing on it. Usually I just take enough puffs until I feel like my nervous system is kind of like slowed down enough to where it's not going to keep shocking me, I guess. I've yet to have a seizure in a while, so it's good. Courtney's not feeling too good today. She's got POTS, POTS. It's where your heart rate goes really high and then out of nowhere it like plummets, like whenever you're sitting down and stuff. And it comes with something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is hereditary, and it's wonderful. You know, everybody comes with their own complications, and you know, she's definitely enjoying the graces that come with it.
Feeling fantastic.
We're both off work tomorrow. That's actually why my lazy ass is actually going live right now.
Nice.
Our aminals are just chilling on the floor. They're splatting. Yeah. I have fly strips up because it's springtime in Ohio, and you know, if you live anywhere on the East Coast, that as soon as spring to summertime, it's summer, isn't it? Fuck, it's summer. So yeah, so the flies are being fantastic. It's Gunther. Say hi, Gunther.
Say hi. Say hi.
Our little Hitler. Our little Kittler. He's a cutie pie. He's really sweet, but he decided to do the unforgivable sin the other day, and he peed on something. So now he's losing his ball sack as soon as the vet has an opening. The poor little bastard. He could have kept his nuts as long as he kept his piss to himself, but he didn't. He just couldn't help himself.
Don't you listen to him.
Yeah, we were wanting to start the food truck, but the thing is that we didn't have the funds and a lot of things got in the way. So we are actually, I was talking about it earlier upstairs, I'm studying to become a ServSafe proctor, essentially, which is an instructor and a person that understands how to facilitate a environment to teach somebody and have them take the tests without cheating and everything. And I'm wanting to do that eventually privately, so I'm going to have to set up my own, you know, website and everything. It's going to take a bit, but once I do that, then I'll have the free range to actually be able to go through with this food truck idea as well. Everything comes in steps. You got to make sure that you get all your bases covered, and you know.
Well, you have to consider it. If we start a food truck, we will be trapped to that food truck. That'll be what we're doing.
Yeah, we don't want to be trapped in one place.
Doing the proctor stuff, we could travel to whatever city we wanted to, wherever we wanted to go, just set up plans to go teach people in that city and do classes and stuff. So, I mean, this way we would have a lot more freedom and the possibility of making more, because it's up to us how much we would actually make doing it.
Yeah. So that's part of it, is actually we realized that even though a food truck is kind of a really great idea that we had going on, we realized that we enjoy freedom, we enjoy nature, and for our mental health's sake, it would be better to have a free range job. So becoming a food safe proctor and being able to travel to different restaurants, making, you know, basically training people to be ServSafe certified for management, and so on and so forth. It actually pays really good money. And apparently it's not that hard to do. If you can get your ServSafe manager certification, you can become a proctor. It's actually way easier to become a proctor than it is to get your ServSafe. The hard part is getting your ServSafe. If you can manage to secure a ServSafe and understand that information well enough to keep getting it as it needs to be replenished every 5 years.
You don't want to tell too many people how easy your job's going to be.
Yeah, you don't want to tell too many people how easy your job's going to be, or everybody will do it. But that's part of the secret of most stuff, I guess. But, you know, it's pretty simple. I have the handbook in my little binder here, and I'm studying it. And once I feel secure enough in that knowledge, I'm going to go ahead and go through with becoming certified. I'm going to continue to work where I'm at with the food business that I'm working at right now until, you know, I can secure everything as I need to be, because I do like where I'm working, and I want to keep exploring, the restaurant business and learn everything I can so that I can apply it to what we're trying to
It's
do.
essentially ways to make it so we can have paid vacations. We could choose whatever city or wherever we want to visit, set up classes there, go there, and make money while we're out there.
How long have we been married? We've been married for like.
It was 20, 12.
We've been married for 12, but we've been together for almost like 17 years, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, we dated
17
for
years. Yeah, we dated for 5 years, and then we got married. So
17 years total.
17 years total if we're not counting the marriage, because the whole relationship has been the adventure. Government papers are just a thing. We missed you guys too. It's been a while since I've actually gotten on here and talked with people. I'm not saying I'm antisocial, but I have issues breaking out of my bubble of comfort to go do things that I want to set my mind to, if that makes sense. So it's not really malice. It's more or less ineptitude and insecurity that keeps me from doing the things that I should be doing. Maybe I'm oversharing, but it's the truth. But I'm here right now talking with you guys, and it's great talking with you. Kurt Cobain's here. Yoda's here.
Hi.
Hi. She's just staring at me. Staring at me. So much judgment. So much judgment.
I don't know, guys. I think he's gonna be a firefighter.
I'm not gonna. She doesn't like the mustache. That's what it is. It's the mustache. She can't stand it. She thinks I look like the BTK killer.
I'm gonna pull out a white panel van tomorrow, and he's gonna spray paint free candy on the side.
Shut the fuck up. Where are the other mods? Oh, they're.
I'm sitting right here.
Well, she's one of the mods. She just doesn't have her phone. But CDP was having some issues. There was a few other people.
I thought CDP was only a touch and go mod.
Yeah, he was a touch and go mod. Then there was Hoop Dog. Hoop Dog comes in and out from time to time. Yoda's always usually here with me, and I see you a lot, Kurt Cobain. There's a few other people that aren't mods but have been around for a long time that come and go as
CDP
well.
only jumps in when things are getting stupid.
Yeah, because for a while there, I was letting people get under my skin whenever they were like talking about shit that I don't.
So
care
CDP
about.
jumped in, and he would jump in and clear people out, but he wasn't a full-time mod.
But now I think now that I'm further along in my sobriety, I have an easier time not letting letting random keyboard warriors that like to talk shit, hurt my feelings anymore. So I've gotten better at this. And if you do something enough times, you kind of get the hang of it too. So. Plus, she's a wonderful wife. She helps coach me into not giving a shit about things that I shouldn't. She's an awesome person. There's some people on the internet that will say some like mad ass like bad shit. Like they just thought of the worst thing they could in their mind just to throw it out there and just. She cannot stand the mustache. She is just staring at me with so much disapproval right now.
I'm sorry, it's eye-catching.
It's very eye-catching. Intentional. All I can see is that fly freaking trap just like dangling over my head. She took it down.
It's been there since last year. It's
Yeah,
fuzzy.
it is fuzzy. It's got dog hair all over it. We just leave them up in the dining room because it'll catch random fruit flies or freaking flies.
There's gonna be a fly now that I took it down though.
It's giving Fourth Reich vibes, I think is what he's saying. That's not good. It's horrible. The mustache, probably. I was thinking General Krieger. Guten Tag.
Oh, it's the doggy.
It's the doggy. Maybe, baby, come up here. You didn't get to see the people, only Stella did. Come here. Say hi to the peepees. Say hi to the peoples. It's Maybe, baby.
Mavis. I call her Mavis because Mavis was the third Antichrist that Nostradamus predicted. And I think that's just a really fucking cool name, so I named her Mavis. Also, she's a bitch. And not just because she's a female dog. She's an absolute pain in the ass, and we love her so much.
Yes, we do. We love her so much.
Everybody loves a 4-year-old dog. No one likes a 2-year-old dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She's
we do.
mischievous.
she is. Her daddy was a pit bull, and her mom was a German Shepherd, Australian Shepherd. That was Maggie, who just passed away, that I told you guys about. So her and Stella, or what's left of Maggie Mama, it's kind of sad to have them around, but you don't just love a puppy and get rid of them because they're inconvenient. They're family, and you treat them with love until the day they die. Because that's how you do it. Your eyes are so shiny right now. There's Lola.
Hi. That's enough fighting.
Lola needs love too.
Grumpy butt. Lola, I know your hips are bad, but they want to see your face. Say hi. Say hi to the old bitch. She's 16 years old and still grumpy. Look at that face. Say, look at that face. She don't like the camera. She hates that camera. She's like, I don't want to look at that camera. She's like, I'm looking at you, Dad.
Like, stop. I can see how old I am.
She's a chunky monkey. She's been chunky all the time, like the entire time. And now she's got an old beard and cataracts all over the place.
She looks terrible on camera. Get her off camera. She
looks-
looks better in real life. Stop it. She's not that old.
She is old.
Jesus, that looked terrible.
Yeah, she looked frosty white all over her face. She looked like her entire face was a beard.
She didn't look that bad, guys.
She does. Our house is really ambient lit, but my camera is like really fetching, I guess.
It really was catching the old in her eyes.
Catching the old. Oh, you guys want to know something interesting? This is something you'll learn today. I know a lot of random philosophical stuff, but I also know a lot of conspiracy stuff. Toothpaste, doesn't matter what brand. I'm not going to show the brand name because, you know, YouTube likes to cuck everybody every time they do something that's considered copyright, so I'm not going to let them do it to me. This right here is a strip. This strip on every toothpaste lets you know whether or not it has a lot of chemicals in it, whether it's natural, whether it's got medicine. Red, I believe, means that it's highly chemical. Black is like really like supposed to not be good for you at all. And then there's blue, which means it's medicated, and green means it's fully natural. So every time you look at your toothpaste, make sure you look at that strip. And if you want it to be more natural, you go for the green. If you want it to be medicated, like with some fluoride to help your teeth, it would be blue. And anything from red to black would basically be you putting random terrible chemicals in your mouth.
See how much we care?
See how much we care about my teeth?
It's red.
It's red. That's how much I care about that conspiracy theory, but I know about it, and I just thought I'd let you guys know about it too. Apparently, that's a thing. So every strip, every single toothpaste that you'll find will have a different, you know, little strip or circle at the bottom, and it lets you know whether or not it, you know, is highly chemical, additive, or if it's natural. It is true. It's actually very true. Israel owns everything, by the way. Well, that's not anything new. I mean, far be it from me, because my mother's from Yemen, to say anything like anti-Semitic, because I'm not. I love Jewish people. They're part of my family. They're part of my lineage. But I also got to say, there's a reason 190 countries kicked them out, like all throughout history. Like, not just Germany, many countries, 190 to be exact, kicked them out for fairly religious and hypocritical, like, issues with their religious things. So they've not gotten along with a lot of people, but they have still managed to seize control, and you got to give it to them. So, you know, considering all what they've been through and all the people that have hated them, they've somehow managed to seize control underneath all that. So here's to you, my yarmulke wearing brothers and sisters. I love you too. That wasn't anti-Semitic, was it? It was pretty like pro-Semitic, right? Pro-Semitic. Love you too. It has nothing to do with Jewish people. It's the country of Israel. Yeah, it was actually found. Courtney's going bye-bye. It's nothing to do with the Jewish people. Actually, most Jewish people have no say in how the state of Israel runs itself. It's a totally different ball game. It's literally America-funded war games over there, and it is what it is. Like, most people can see it for what it is, and everybody's picking left and right side of both, both people that are fighting amongst themselves in that situation. And honestly, it's purposely made to divide people. People are like, no, save Palestine. No, you need to care for Israel. And it's like, most of the people that brood on and go on about that shit are people that literally could give a fuck about either thing. They're just talking about it because they want to be a part of something instead of actually studying what's going on between both the groups. They're both shitheads. They're both assholes fighting with each other, and they've been fighting for millennia. I don't know if you've ever studied the Middle East, but it has been unstable since its inception, and I don't think it's going to get any better. But that's just a historical point of view of opinion. Exactly. Oh yeah, that's what I heard. And honestly, like, the state of Israel was founded in 1949 as a sort of homage to the Hebrew people, that they're reinstating the motherland of the Jewish people because of the horrific acts that happened during the Holocaust. But I think there's more to it than that. I think it was always like a plan from Christian crusaders and everything to kind of bring back the Jewish Holy Land, because it's written in Revelations that the temple will be rebuilt by the end of the times, and everybody likes to fulfill prophecy. So that was a step in a game of what Christians call their way, that fulfilling prophecy by their hands instead of allowing it to unfold naturally. The Ottoman Empire should have won. That's Turkey now. Did y'all know that? Like, the Ottoman Empire didn't fall that long ago. Like, it's actually a fairly recent empire that most people don't really know about. Like, I forget how long ago it was, but it wasn't really that long ago that the Ottoman Empire fell. Like, we were well up in the United States while it was still a thing, Oh, here's, I guess, a hot button issue that's going on. All the riots and stuff, and people in Florida apparently being able to run over rioters if they sense that they're going to cause them any, deadly harm. That's interesting. It sounds very Floridian. I mean, Florida's kind of the state, to expect that from. But it's also the state that protects women and children in the legal system. So that's also, go Florida for that. Not a lot of states seem to carry that same ethical underpinning, especially fucking, what is it? Oregon and fucking California. Both of those places seem to just allow frickin' pedos and creatures run around like they're fucking cockroaches. But big ups to Florida. Biggest psyop. Don't like protesters that block the roads and highways. Honestly, like, you're blocking people that could be needing to go to the hospital, people that need to go to work. Shit has to happen while you're sitting, because most people that go to those protests are fucking spoiled, rotten brats that have plenty of money and have plenty of free time to do whatever the fuck they want, or they have some form of grant funding or a scholarship that allows them to basically sit on their ass and complain. And whenever they get a random hair up their ass, they want to go and like protest. And there's a difference between peaceful protesting and expressing your ideas and escalating that into riots and causing harm to people, businesses, and the people in armed forces. That's where it's, they get what's coming to them, in my opinion. Unless they are being paid. Trust fund protester. Yeah, basically. Most people that like are in those protests, if you like go up and actually try to conversate with them rationally and ethically to try to meet on common ground, you will never reach that end, like ever. Like they're not there to do anything but to express whatever jargon their parents are probably paid to force them to say or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of control going back and forth, people that want shit this way and people that want shit this way, and they're constantly tugging at the rope of control. And I don't think anybody has control. I think everything has been bought and paid for years ago, and all this shit they shuffle around is just a way to distract us. Like Diddy. They're talking about Diddy and they're talking about R. Kelly fucking being poisoned in fucking prison and all that. These are just shiny little playthings to keep us distracted while we all fight amongst ourselves. And they complain that the government is not listening when they stand on the side of the road. I hate America right now. Everyone hates each other. Well, that's the thing, is that hate makes hate makes hate makes hate makes hate makes hate makes hate. The only thing we can do is, while these assholes are being assholes, understand, have an unwritten, like, read between the lines situation with these kinds of assholes, and just go on with our lives and realize that they're mentally unstable, and we will protect ourselves if necessary and just get on with our lives, and decent people will meet decent people and everything will be fine. It takes all kinds to make the world go round, and to be honest, concentrating on the divide only makes the divide stronger. But I might just be being a little too liberal with it, but I know that giving in to people's childish games will only cause the childish games to escalate, so. But I do agree. I strongly dislike what's happening in the country right now. Everybody's divided, fighting, and it's horrible. It's honestly a tragedy, because the most stable country as far as like economic growth and military might is concerned, we have so many faults. There's so many homeless people. We can't give ourselves proper health care, but we can go put a bunch of fucking holes in other people's countries and mind other people's business besides our own. We're really good at that. It's kind of a tragedy that while all that's going on, we're still fighting amongst ourselves instead of trying to work together to fight against the stupidity that is the system that we live in. I myself am proud to be an American, but I'm not proud of the government that is controlling America. I'm not saying that I'm like against like the current like presidency or anything. I'm not saying that I'm against it. I'm not saying I'm for it. I'm not going to pick sides, because whenever I pick sides, people literally just become tribalistic. I'm not a Trump thumper, nor am I a Democrat. I am an American that just sees that everybody's acting like dickheads and idiots out there, and it's ridiculous, Yeah. Iran and Israel. Isn't the fucking dude like hiding in a mountain, and Israel doesn't have the means to like go attack him, and America's like headed over there right now to basically stir some shit up? And it's just like George Bush Jr. all over again, or Senior, whatever you call it. It seems like destabilizing the Middle East is our game so that we can obtain oil and secure, what little money we have in this tug of war of control in the world that we have today. I think we're trying to fight over like northern territory as the ice caps melt, so that we'll have like transportation through the, Canada and areas like that. There's a lot of shit going on people are probably not well aware of. There's direct energy weapons, all over the world, not just down in Antarctica. People and conspiracy theorists are stupid. We literally watch it on TV. How we can, we have lasers, we have direct energy weapons. We know how to, we have those high-speed particle colliders and everything. We have a lot of technology. We have the capability of doing a lot of fucked up and really cool shit, but everybody gets distracted and forgets how capable we are of literally cracking this planet in half like an egg and just letting it fall into the abyss of space. And the fact that the people that are in control of these weapons are a bunch of impotent assholes that are a bunch of rich trouser stains that have never actually met another human being in their life that they ever liked, probably isn't a good sign for our future. But all we can do is pray for the best and do what we can to be the best people we can, right? Yeah. You're a moderate, you hate Trump and Biden. I just hate the fact that America is divided. You know what I mean? The whole fact that we have a two-party system instead of just going for people's policies. Instead, we're like, no, we're either this party or we're that party. Instead of just looking for people that have generally good ideas and applicable ways of enforcing those ideas. Instead of that, we choose to work at it like it's a team and we're fighting each other because people love conflict. We're so simple-minded, and we've become that way. We've allowed ourselves to become that way, and it's sad that we've allowed ourselves to divide amongst ourselves. You know, tares amongst the wheat, as they say. We have definitely fallen apart from our whatever we would have called our original glory. We've never really been great. Humans suck. We've always sucked. Doesn't matter if we're Native American, if we're African, if we're Middle Eastern, if we're Asian. It doesn't really matter. Every human since the dawn of time has done fucked up shit to each other human, and no human can ever truly say that they have suffered more or less, because we all kind of fuck each other up in our own little fucked up ways, and we're all pieces of shit, but we're also capable of goodness. And what we need to focus on is not recreating our past mistakes and learn from history instead of repeating it. You know, there is a way to become better. It's whether we choose to do it or not, you know, but we'll see. We should let AI run the government. I hear people saying that, but I watched a lot of Terminator growing up, and I know that makes me sound stupid, but I have bad Terminator vibes with AI. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta say that that's very true. I've met more level-headed conservatives than I've ever met liberals, but it's because I don't know what the fuck they call liberals today. They used to be what was considered the party of common sense, if they ever were. But now I really see that a lot of people that identify as liberal are probably medically unstable and off their medications, you know? Most of the time, it seems to be. I'm not saying conservatives are much better, because most of them are prudes that, you know, only care about the functionality of our economy instead of the humanity of the people that, you know, are involved. So there's a balance between the two, but I do lean a little more conservative, in my opinion. But if I was going to say that, that will create terror amongst the wheat, and the divide will ensue, and people will be like, oh, you're an asshole, you don't care about people. And I'm like, no, I do, but people also suck. But yeah, most of the time, like whenever I talk to people online or I ever have a conversation with people, it's usually the liberals that like lose their fucking minds. And I don't know why. They're supposed to be so like morally sound in their beliefs and all their goodness, but they're the quickest to violence and irrationality. You know what I mean? So. We need more moderate politicians. I had a buddy, James, that used to live here. He was into libertarian stuff. He was into Gary Johnson and all them. And then all that fell apart and everything. And third parties, I got to be honest, will never work as long as people stay divided and want to fight as a team, because it'll literally be nothing. It'll be like the WNBA compared to like the NBA forever and always, until people start to respect the fact that they should not fight against each other. They should do something because it's right. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a bad comparative, but you know, hey, you know what I mean? Like, third parties never make it, ever. Every time there's a third party, they never go through with it. Like, they always like barely get 1, 3, 5% of the votes, and then after that, everybody's just like left and right, let's fight. You know, it's like, I don't know. it's always like a competition, like a gladiator game. It's like people going, it's gonna be us that wins the control of this fucking shithole. You know what I mean? I agree. More moderate, understanding both sides of the spectrum so that you can balance out what needs to be done without swinging one fucking crazy way to the next, you know. But so far, you know, the world hasn't cracked in half yet, and that's good, in my opinion. To be honest, I don't really get into politics too much because it is madness. It is madness. It shouldn't be madness. It should be what controls the madness. It should be the people coming together with their ideals to make something work, right? That's the idea of politics, is two people with differing opinions coming together and finding where that they can make that work between each other, make the system cooperate. And politics has become more of a gladiator game than what it should be, or at least what its intended purpose is supposed to be, you know. I got to be honest, like at some point, like there were societies that I think ran way better, like in the past. Like I mean, there was a lot of weird shit going on in those cultures too. But what was it? Some of the Greek culture or Roman culture, they would have the senators or the people that would run like the money. They were not allowed to own property. They were not allowed to have any investments or any kind of benefit towards them whatsoever. They were only supposed to benefit the country and the people. And they were not supposed to have any like interests or investments or anything that would interfere with that. And I think if we had something similar to that, minus all the weird gay sex parties and weird venom medicine shit that they had going on, you know, we could take a page out of the Greeks' book and maybe, you know, do politics in a way to where people can't benefit from the chaos, so that whatever intentions people come with are truly noble. It's just an idea. Andy Basher. Basher. I might have said that wrong. Sorry. But I don't know. Because like I said, I'm not really into politics, but I will give him a look up to see what you're talking about, because you might be right. You know, I don't know till I see it for myself. Oh, he's Kentucky's governor. Huh. Well, I've been to Kentucky before, and, you know, respectfully, I don't really think it's a terrible place. I know that there's bad things that go on in every state and every country and every village all around the world, and I've never really thought about how Kentucky runs or conducts itself or how the governor is doing. But I might check out the governor in Kentucky to see what he's got going on, what his beliefs are on protecting women and children and keeping the veterans that fight for our country fed and taken care of, you know. There's certain things that you just need to keep as a bare minimum in a country, you know what I mean? Like taking care of your veterans, making sure that your women and children are safe from not only poverty, but frickin' predators and creeps and assholes. Like, it's a shame that our country is as powerful as it claims to be, yet it can't take care of its own citizens and veterans. You know what I mean? I'm just putting that out there. That's something that I would like to see taken care of at some point. Our veterans and our women and children and elderly taken care of a lot more than they currently are. You know? He has the highest support level of all Democrat governors. Okay. To be honest, I make jokes and stuff, but there's certain people that if we're going with Trump, you know, since he's been a movie star and stuff, he's essentially Ronald Reagan, just the new version, you know, except a businessman. Well, let's go with somebody else. I have a few people in mind that I think would be very interesting individuals to run the country. Who would it be? If Ron White's still doing well, I'd like to see his ass do something. He's an interesting man. He's a little bit, you know, off the beaten path, but he seems like a generally good guy. You know, there's a few YouTubers and stuff that seem interesting. They seem like they would run a country interestingly, but to be honest, if they're running a YouTube page, they're probably not going to be able to run a country well. You know, the type of person that it takes to make content all the time probably doesn't have the same work ethic that it would take to be a leader. I'm not sure. I might be wrong, but there's a lot of weird YouTubers out here, you know. Oh, no, honestly, I can't. It's kind of difficult. Dennis Rodman. Ha. I should run for president. Ha. I'm 2 years away from actually being able to. You know, I'm 33. You got to be 35 to run for president. But I seriously doubt anybody would vote for my goofy, weird, autistic ass. But if they did, God help us all. I just gotta say, God help us all, because I wouldn't know where to start. The first day I would be going in and I would be like, I need to make sure all these conspiracy theories are true. I need to see Fort Knox. I need to see Area 51. I need to see all the military experiments. I need to know all the secrets. And by then, I'd probably lose every hair on my head and get a wrinkly ass face and look like somebody just like killed my puppy in front of me. You know what I mean? Like every president that goes into that office looks like they've seen some shit that they can't unsee. Within the 4 years that they're there, they look like they age at least 10, you know? Oh yeah, shit, I forgot. It was gonna be a minute before I can run. Why not? I was born in America, but I'm not sure if birthright citizenship fucking matters anymore because my father isn't from America. He's from Germany. My mom, not either. So me and my siblings very well could be fucking deported too, I guess. Jesus Christ. That would be hilarious. Are they going to take me to Germany or are they going to take me to the Middle East? Who knows? Let's see. Am I talking about politics? Unfortunately, but I mean, it's just a part of it. I talk philosophy and shit. Oh, and I shaved my face and gave myself a creepy Jeffrey Dahmer fucking mustache. So that's actually what I started doing. We're just talking about politics, so that's what's happening. There's no real theme to this. It's Odd Thomas experiment. And the part of an experiment is experimenting with ideas or new weird shit. So yeah, we're talking about politics. Don't worry, Biden did it. Are you talking about politics? Why is Hitler in here? What is your great-grand doing in Germany during the war? Oh, what was my great-granddad doing in the war? I will tell you, my father was actually related to an SS major. So yeah, I do have the blood of fucking Nazis in my system. But apparently Nazis went around and fucked a lot of people before they left. So unfortunately, you know, I have Nazi blood, if it even exists. Yeah, I mean, Nazi is an ideology. It's not really a hereditary issue. Though I would say there was a lot of people that were Nazis that were fucking insane. Yeah, so. Yeah. My father, he was adopted from Germany. His mother was basically a bartender maid lady, and she met a Marine, had a baby, but her family lineage led to, you know, whatever was Nazi Germany. So that's where my father's bloodline leads to that. But yeah, there's that information about my history, my family history. Yeah. What was my great-granddad doing? To be honest, it would be my great-granddad. I'm 33, and my grandfather was like 84 whenever he passed in like 2015, I think. So it would be around there because my grandfather was in Vietnam and Korea. So yeah, that would be the generation before his. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, dude, like it's if you actually look into your history, you'll be surprised who you're related to. My wife is actually related to General Custer, and if you ever look up General Custer, he was a insane human being that loved killing Native Americans, and he was deliberately and like horribly insane individual. If you look him up, it's interesting. And knowing that, it kind of makes sense why my wife's so cold and sarcastic and sharp sometimes. Seems like she got a touch of that insanity on her family side. I'm joking. Please don't hurt me if any of you are hearing that. Genghis Khan. I think a lot of people are fucking related to that guy. He went around fucking a lot, didn't he?
Courtney Love, why did you kill me?
Ah, Jesus. Jesus Christ. I love it. I love it. This cat's just sleeping on the chair next to me. This fucking asshole. I love him. He's so sharp. Every time we lay in the bed with him, he's always like digging his claws into our soul or into our very soul. He's so sweet, but he's so mean. Oh my God, my hair's getting in my mouth and I don't like it. Gotta be honest, y'all. I'm liking the mustache. I think it's pretty fucking rad, dude. I'm liking it. I think it adds contrast to my weird frown smile that I do. Because this is my smile. It's a fucking frown, but that's me smiling. Isn't that weird? So it kind of has a little more contrast to it. Do the do. Exactly.
I am Steve.
Dude, the bags under my eyes are starting to come back. I don't like that. They were going away for a minute there because I was actually hydrating, but now I'm back to drinking Mountain Dew like a fucking American cretin. And I'm proud of being an American cretin drinking the Dew. Ricky Bobby. Amen. Cheers. It's just so damn delicious. It's hard to put it down. You know, I should drink more water, but it's hard. Yep, smoke them if you got them. Fucking, I keep going between cigarettes and puffing on this fucking vape, so let's get it. Did you know 100% of non-smokers die anyway? I know. It's crazy. Am I still on blood thinners? Yes. But not for long. Isn't that bad that I'm still smoking? It's not good. They recommend that you don't bump into shit, smoke, or do anything bad, or excessively drink sugar either, because that can cause your blood to saturate. Isn't that great? I'm doing all the bad things. To be honest, though, I don't religiously take my medications like I should. I think the blood clot cleared up, though, because they can't seem to find it on scans anymore. So yeah, that's good. My atria, my heart is not as enlarged as it was. It doesn't look like it's got any damage to it. So far, so good. So I think we're good. And, you know, and that would lead to issues with the lungs, too. So zen it up. For blood pressure, no, I had right atrial enlargement, and they were worried about that because there was a blood clot in my leg, and they were worried that maybe it moved up and could have caused a pulmonary embolism or something like that. So they put me on some thinners, and everything worked out. They checked me out. The scans looked fine. They couldn't find any blood clots or anything. My right atrial is starting to stabilize my heart's starting to do what it's supposed to do, I guess, and I just need to take better care of myself, I guess. I developed a blood clot at some point, and it managed to not kill me, so I'm good. That's the story of the blood thinners to anybody that didn't know about it. Dude, I hate heart problems too. It's like literally just you're doing shit 1 minute and then, or you just, and whatever the fuck you're doing, it doesn't matter. You're driving, fucking heart attack. Unless you're a really good passenger that knows how to fucking sit on top of the fucking dying person to get you to a safe place, you're probably going to crash. You know what I mean? There's so many situations where heart problems lead to shitty situations. You know what I mean? Like somebody's walking down the stairs and then they just drop and then and fucking, they probably could have lived, but after that they fucking got a hell of a concussion and broken ribs and shit, and they got more problems than doctors could handle, you know? Heart pumps all day, all night, and keeps me alive, but cannot control it. Who was your first moderator? My first moderator wasn't it CDP? Pretty sure it was CDP. Or actually it was Courtney, but my wife was my first moderator because, you know, she lives with me and, you know, she could moderate people from the side so I could keep doing this. I feel like there's a booger in my nose and nobody's telling me because it feels like there's a booger in my nose. I don't see it though. Booger sugar. Nah. Dude, there's some interesting times in my past where I actually used to do drugs and stuff, and I gotta tell you, whenever I was snorting pills, because that's what I did with pills, I never shot up. I hate needles. I don't like the idea that something in a vial could easily take me out, you know? So I like to be able to control shit. So back whenever I was doing pills like really bad, I would snort them. I would crush up Oxycontin, 30 milligrams, and I would snort them up my nose. And just, it would burn. Boogers would keep coming through my nose or down my palate and stuff. And it would like taste so bitter and taste like shit. It was horrible. And to be honest, because of all that fucking snorting of pills that I did whenever I was younger, now I'm able to blow water out my freaking eye socket because I destroyed the freaking nasal passage by snorting so many prescription medications. I watched you months ago. How's the experiment going? Oh, hey, Jess. It's going well. I'm just telling people about my drug past and how it can affect your body and stuff. I'm explaining old stories. I'm 4 years sober, by the way. I'm not sure if I clarified that to you. You seem like you just popped on here. But yeah, the drug habits of my past have led to a lot of health conditions that are not particularly good, you know? Hey, it's good seeing you again too, Yoda, man. It's been a while since I've actually gotten on here and talked to people, you know. I don't know how late it's getting for you. If you need to hop off, you know, I understand. Yeah. I mean, well, I'm forgetful. You will please have to forgive me. I do remember you, but I don't. Does that make sense? I've seen someone named Jess on here before, and you seem familiar, but I also know a lot of Jesses too, so I'm not sure if you're like my wife's cousin or not. You know, you could be my wife's cousin, and I'm, you know, for that, you know, you already probably know a bit about me already. But it does bother you? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I hope you're not serious because I have ADHD. I haven't been live in a while. I've been really working hard in the food industry and trying to chop wood for my mental health and stuff and trying to strengthen my body. So, oh, it makes sense. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. See how forgetful I am? I like forgot what I was saying. It doesn't bother you? That's good. Well, it's nice to see you. Gunther's over here sleeping on the chair. The other animals are gone, off doing their business somewhere else. Earlier when I was on the live, I was shaving my face, and I decided to keep the weird ass Jeffrey Dahmer mustache, or the BTK killer mustache, whatever you want to call it, but it's the weird mustache. And my wife is not a fan of it, but it's okay because I think I get a little bit of sadistic joy from doing weird things that upset people, as long as it's not over the top. You know what I mean? Like if I have a weird mustache and they're like, that looks weird on you, I'm like, that's why I have it. You know what I mean? Like that. Oh, you got into composting and growing plants, learning life. Learning life is great. Oh yeah. Yeah, Courtney's been doing a lot of permaculture stuff. Our little garden's starting to come up. I'm becoming a ServSafe proctor. I'm already ServSafe certified, but I'm trying to, while I'm working at the business that I'm working at currently as a shift lead, I'm going to try to become one of the people that actually teaches people how to get their ServSafe, and I'm going to start my own website up and work with people to, you know, I'll make training plans and stuff for people to learn how to get their ServSafe. There are not a lot of training plans out there for people unless they go through a food business of sorts. So there's ways to help people get through that, I guess, so that more people can be knowledgeable in food safety, which is very important to me. I think a lot of people out there that work in the food industry are very unaware of food safety or just simply don't care. And I have an issue with that. I want people to, adhere to food safety standards, FDA standards, and obviously OSHA standards as well. But in doing so, I want to expand that horizon by being able to travel with my family, do more. And instead of doing the food truck, I'm deciding to go with the Food Safe Proctor, which is training people on how to do it and giving people the test. So, and it's actually very easy. It's way easier than doing the ServSafe itself. You just got to understand how to give the test to somebody, make sure they're not cheating, make sure that you follow all legal procedures and everything. It's pretty standard. So I'm doing that right now. Hopefully whenever that goes through, within maybe a year's time or so, depending on how work goes with my current employment, I can try to expand my life, a little further. I can work doing this alongside with the job that I currently have. So it's not actually going to affect that. But if I choose to, I can, part ways with the current employer that I have if I have to. But I don't want to, because I like learning from different employers on how they run their systems and how they communicate with guests and everything, because that's also an important part of food industry, is how you communicate with your people. So I like weird things. I like owning things that spark a conversation. Really anything. Hell yeah, Thomas. I'm happy to hear you're living a productive life. I'm trying. I mean, my food safety certification lasts until August of next year. Then I'm going to have to redo it. So I'm thinking, while I have to redo that anyway, I can also become a proctor. And a proctor is essentially the person that teaches you the course and then gives you the test and make sure that you don't cheat, so that you're actually, know your stuff in food safety. Because like I said, again, I don't think a lot of people properly adhere to food safety standards, and that's why a lot of people get sick in America. People adhered to more food safety standards instead of adhering to greed and, stuff like that. I think if a lot more companies were held to food safety standards and more people were aware of how to do so, then the world would have a lot less food poisoning, But it's nice to see you, Jess. It's nice to talk to people on here. I don't really go on here live that much. It's probably going to be weird to the people that see it later on, because I literally start the live with my shirt off, shaving upstairs. So, you know. Hence why I say it's not for kids, I guess, because that's a really creepy fucking image, is a random dude shaving his face in his bathroom. But I guess there's weirder things people do on their lives. Trust me, I've seen it. There's one dude, I love him. His name's Archangel Zion. He works out all the time, and he does it calisthenics, and he's always about health and Jesus Christ and everything, and I love him. He's a wonderful human being, and he keeps his eyes on the prize. And I myself like to stay fit. I just do it in a different way by splitting wood with a maul. It's a 7-pound maul. I'm a 176-pound dude, so I think a 7-pound maul is good. I split wood, all kinds of hardwood like maple, black walnut, oak, elm, and also softwoods and stuff like pine as well. I haven't done any river red gum or eucalyptus trees, as they're more commonly known as, because they're very difficult to split. Plus, they're not really common where I'm at. So, you know. First time I watched you, you were shirtless and smoking a bowl. Very first impression. Honestly, I mean, if you manage to be shirtless and not weird about it, I guess that is a good impression, you know? If you're able to not be one of those belly button picking weirdos or, you know, like there's people with their shirts off that do weirder shit than I do. I just sit here and talk to people about random shit. And because of my ADHD and people's interest and the things that I have to say and the things that I've been through and people I know, I think I can carry a pretty decent conversation for a while. So thank you for saying that. I'm glad I was a good first impression, because some people are thrown off by me, and that's fine. But at least the people that stick around are real enough to see that, you know, I'm just a normal dude trying to do my thing. Not the best YouTuber, but I'm trying, and, you know, A for effort, I guess. To be honest, like most people, whenever they hear like you're trying to be sober and they see you smoking weed, it turns them off for some reason. Because a lot of people that go into sobriety go into it like head first, like they're diving into a pool. And to be honest, certain medications are necessary, and medical marijuana has helped me with my epilepsy and my seizures. So to be honest, you know, there are going to be people out there that think that I'm not sober, but compared to being a spiraling alcoholic and a pill addict, I think smoking a little weed is a good trade-off, especially considering I live in Ohio and it's legal. So I remember hearing the stories on your tattoos and scars. Most of my tattoos have zero meaning. All of my tattoos have zero meaning, more or less a memory of a time in my life it reminds me of. I'm sober, just smoke weed. Yeah. Honestly, like, that's kind of how I look at my scars and tattoos. I mean, they do have meanings, but separate from what you say, they don't really have meaning, but they're like timestamps of moments in your life that allow you to realize that the past was real. And scars and tattoos have that power to remind you that no matter what changes, that which was real, you know? Like me being attacked and these scars on my arm, you know, the scars on my chest and everything and all that, they are proof that I survived a terrible situation in my life. So, you know, but tattoos, you know, people get them for a myriad of reasons. You know, some people want to be cool. Some people just like how they look. Some people want to honor the memory of a dead family member. Some people have terrible self-esteem, and perforating their skin in a dozen or so places helps to demonstrate that, you know. Everybody has different reasons for why they do what they do. Me, it's for memory. It's honestly like the tattoos were just a timestamp of memory of my life and everything. And then
Hi, I'm live. Go play. Go play. No, go play. Go play.
Sorry, my daughter wanted me to charge her tablet, and she did not know I was live. That's Ivy. She should not be up right now, but it's summertime, and I am not as strict about their bedtime during the summertime. They get to play and have fun. She's just on her tablet playing games that are actually very good for her motor skills and intelligence, so I don't really feel bad about it. Yeah, they are. They remind us to slow down and look at the little moments in life that mean something. Because the older we get, the more life bogs us down, and it's harder for us to see those simple, beautiful moments. And kids are a beautiful reminder of how precious the little things can be in life, and it helps us continue being better for not only ourselves, but for them. Through them, we can make the world better, do better than our parents, you know, make sure that the world's just a tiny bit less shitty, you know. They are a blessing. I got a dentist appointment in the morning. Yep. I got to get these teeth up here fixed. I'm not going to show them because they're embarrassing, but yeah, my teeth are kind of like rotting a little bit, so I'm going to get some root canals done and some teeth replaced, and it's going to be good. I'll finally be able to do a full smile without covering them with my fucking lip like a weirdo. Oh, yeah. I've never had braces. I've always had these canines sticking out and stuff like that. I never actually had them straightened, but because of my excessive Mountain Dew drinking, this front tooth right here and the one beside it are basically, they got some cavities and they're pretty deep. So I need to have them drill in and fill it, and one of them removed and replaced, essentially. So, you know, yeah, there's an explanation of my oral hygiene, I guess. Do the do, exactly. The Mountain Dew is so good, I'm willing to lose my teeth over it. But as long as I'm willing to put them back, you know, that's the important part. I got to make sure that I'm willing to put them back. That stuff is like crack. Essentially, like, Mountain Dew is like so addictive because the sugar content's so high and it's so fucking like tasty, I guess. I don't know. It's something about it that it's like literally like if you don't have one, it kind of ruins your day, especially if you enjoy drinking them. Sort of like people that like their Monster Energies or whatever. Every person that had a terrible like abusive habit like alcohol or drugs, they always replace it with something, and I replaced it with Mountain Dew, to be honest. And that's probably why the top two teeth in my mouth are rotting out and I have to get them replaced tomorrow. But the good thing is I am capable of getting those replaced. You know, I could be in a situation where I would not be able to and I would look funky. Sometimes, I don't know. I think people like me have an addictive personality. So whenever I got rid of the alcohol and drugs, the Mountain Dew was the replacement. And cigarettes too. I need to quit these at some point. Sometimes whenever you try something that's really sugary that you haven't had in a while and you're not used to having sugary things, it's like shocking to you. Like the sugar, it's like, oh, you know? Sort of like how sour is shocking to people. Sometimes if you like eat very mildly sugary things and then out of nowhere you have a Reese's cup, you're like, Jesus Christ, you know? You want to hear a joke? I think this one will be funny to you. Where do people that have addiction issues hide their drugs? It's a funny joke. Why do people with addiction issues, where do they hide their drugs? Where do the people with addictions hide their drugs? and they're drug addict. Ha! Ha! I'm a funny guy. Right? That one's funny as shit. That one's a good one. That's dad joke level prime. This mustache is really bringing it, hammering it home. Who? You genuinely laugh? Isn't that funny? It's fucked up, but you hate yourself, but you laugh because it's corny, but it's also got a level of like pain and fucked up shit to do with it. So it like throws you off for a second. It's like, wait, it's gonna be bad? Oh, it's corny, yeah. So. Yeah, exactly. Addiction comes from the root of a bigger problem. There's something that you're trying to avoid deep within you, and whatever substance, behavior, action that you do is what takes you away from that which feels so painful to experience. And you try to pull yourself away from that painful experience by doing something to get away from it. People get addicted to bowling. People get addicted to poker. People get addicted to a lot of things. There's something in their very core that they simply cannot stand to sit with or exist around, so they try to escape it through either substances or behavior patterns. So I've learned that in my experience as an addict. So I need a soda. I just drank the rest of my soda. Oh, I've been on here for about an hour and 46 minutes. Almost 47. Cool. It's been a minute since I've actually gone live. I need to do it more often, but I do at some point need to get my happy ass in bed for my dentist appointment, or else I'm just going to be tired. It's at 11 in the morning. Wait, 11:30. So I got to be there at 11. So I need to leave here at 10 because it's like 30 minutes away. Oh, okay. Well, could you do me a favor? Bring me a Mountain Dew. Is your brother awake? Happy to talk to you, Thomas. I do believe I needed to see this notification. Oh, well, that's good. Can you get me a Mountain Dew? Thank you. And get your brother to make me some food. Tell him to not be lazy. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that I can be of assistance. It's a cold world when you feel like there's no one there. It's good to. Cool. Oh, I'm sorry you got scared. I don't need you on camera, baby. I'm live on YouTube.
I did got scared.
Oh, you didn't get scared. Oh, good job. Now get your brother to make you some food if you're hungry, okay?
I'm gonna pick what I want.
Okay, go pick what you want and then get it to your brother and have him make it for you. I myself have a hard time relating to people because I'm such an odd person, hence Odd Thomas. But I've been lucky to meet my wife and have such a wonderful family to support. Most of my blood family has either lost their life or put themselves in a situation that they can't get out of. And I'm honestly glad to say that I survived through all that, and meeting new people is a good thing. And it's always good to meet somebody that has like interest and somebody you can communicate with without feeling like you have to hide your true self. Huh? Go on then. Every summer. It's a bad habit of mine. I don't tell them to go to bed as early as I could. I need to find out what time it is, actually. They need to be in bed like a while ago. I've been on here for a minute. It's okay. Right? Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of things that addiction really kind of has common themes with, which isolation from loved ones, hard to find people with like interests, but eventually there is people that understand and support you. And those people, even though they might be a small group of people, they're the best people and pretty much the only thing that matters in your life at that point on. For me, that's my wife and kids, and for you as well. It seems that we all kind of lose people in our lives, but it's hard to lose the people that we thought were supposed to be there and love us and support us through our hard times. Some people just, it's amazing how cruel people can be, especially your own family. Family can be really harsh, especially in trying times. I got that. Hi. Gunther's just waking up. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah. Hi. He said hi. He's a good kitty. He's a good kitty. He just made a mistake, and now he's losing his nutsack because he's not going to pee in my house, and now he's losing his balls. But it's okay. He's still a good kid. He's just going to be a fat kitty without balls. Oh, well, thank you. I will hopefully have a good appointment tomorrow. I don't really like people getting all up in my mouth, but if they're fixing my teeth, I guess I'll let them, One of my favorite jokes is kind of a fucked up joke, but like every time you go in to get your like teeth fixed, they always numb you up first. And I'm like, it would be really creepy if the doctor or the dentist came in and they were like, all right, I got to numb you first. Num, 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 num. It's a creepy joke, but yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it kind of does seem like torture, and honestly, they don't always wait for the Novocaine or the stuff that they put in your gums to actually set in or work, and they just start yanking, and you feel sharp ass pain, and they're like, "You shouldn't feel pain," while they're yanking your teeth out with all the force that they can muster. It does feel like torture, honestly. It's like slow, agonizing torture, and then eventually it like escalates into violence. You know what I mean? It's interesting. Dentists can be an experience, to say the least. Fucking, you're just laying there. They're like make you fill out this long ass pamphlet, this unnecessary long ass pamphlet that has no real information that's necessary to know whatsoever for pulling your fucking teeth. And then after you get through that excruciating experience, you're in there talking to some random nurses putting cotton balls and shit in your mouth, and you're just sitting there while they're sucking spit out of your mouth, and you're just sitting there and you're like, trying to talk to them, like they're always shit in your mouth. And you feel goofy as hell while you're trying to talk to them. And then eventually they actually start working on you by taking this giant ass thick needle and sticking it right into your gums. And that's just horrifying to look at the needle right before it goes into your mouth. And they don't slow down. They don't say, "Oh, are you okay with this?" No, they literally, your mouth is pried open. They tell you to stay still and they just jam it into your gums. Sharp ass pain. They're like, you're going to feel a little prick. sharp ass pain. And then eventually, sometimes it's numb, sometimes it doesn't numb your teeth. And then they get to the torture. Hey guys, I am live and I would appreciate if you guys would do this somewhere else, please. Thank you.
I'm not making a noise.
You guys should be asleep.
Yeah, and I used to want.
I know, so please try your best to hurry up this process. I'd appreciate it. You should be asleep. I know it's summertime and I want you guys to, be free to your, own devices, but it is late.
Okay.
Enough discussion. Enough discussion. Thank you. I love you. Go on. Ivy, listen, go.
Free.
Feed your sister. I told you to feed your sister.
Now you're telling me to go.
Yes, I said to hurry up and do what you're doing. Silly goose, she's still hungry. Need to eat. She's hungry, feed her. Silly goose. Sorry, I'm arguing with my children over simple stuff. They shouldn't be awake, but my daughter's hungry and she needs to eat, and my son's getting her something to eat because he's older. And yeah. So, explanation there. Get her done. Oh, hey, welcome. I don't know if you're still here. I was just talking to them. I don't know who's come and went, but welcome. It's summertime. I'm in Ohio, but it's really late and they should not be awake. But also I, don't tell people not to eat if they're hungry. If they want to get up and have a midnight snack, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I was a kid, during school time, I make sure kids are asleep at 9 o'clock, 9:30 at the latest. But right now it's summertime, and I don't know. People will probably argue with me online about whether or not staying up till midnight is good or bad. But I'm not one of those freaking strict people that tells their kids that that they have to live on military time. Right now it's summertime and we go to the lake a lot, we go to the park a lot, we let them have fun and stuff. So right now they really shouldn't be awake, but when my kids are hungry they can eat, and I don't care what time of day or night it is. So that's an explanation there too. Lola's on the floor. She's being an old fat bitch. We love her. I don't know if you can see her. There's Gunther. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was raised in a similar fashion. I was raised to get up at 3:30 in the morning, so I went to bed early. We had dinner sharp at 6, and after that we had a couple hours of family time before bed, and then we got up at 3:30 every single day because I was raised a military brat. So that's typically the schedule. It was really weird how I started this live because I was, there's Gunther, he's up there eating food. Maybe. Or he's looking at a ghost. Maybe he's looking at a ghost. Meow, 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 meow. But my attention span's horrible. Yeah, I started the live shaving with my shirt off. It was really weird, I guess, but I migrated down here and put a shirt back on, and now I'm talking to people. I got a weird ass mustache going on. It's kind of cool. I like it. But to be honest, everybody, I do have a dentist appointment in not long. So I do need to get my happy butt to bed, and I need to make sure that my kids take their happy butts to bed as well, because it is pretty late. But it has been a wonderful time talking to each and every one of you. I got to talk to a few of my mods. They come and went. And it was nice talking to each and every one of you. I really do appreciate getting to know everyone and to talk with people, about real things. Because, I don't know, life, sometimes you feel like you can't be real because somebody's going to judge you. And whenever you actually meet somebody that has like interest or understands what path you've been through, it's comforting to know that the world isn't so empty, I guess. Hey, you take care as well. It's been wonderful talking to you. Y'all have a wonderful night. I will try to go live tomorrow. Y'all be good. Take care of yourself, and just know that, as Epictetus said, it's not what happens in life, it's how you respond that shows your character. Just know that in your heart, and do the best to do what's right and be better each day. Not just for others, but for yourself as well. Y'all take care.